you didn't stay up for that.
No, definitely not. That's a little bit too many innings for me. By the seventh, I'm usually sleeping rather than stretching. So, no, I didn't watch much of it, but hopefully they can get the win today.
What's the longest game you've ever played?
Longest game I've ever played? I think probably double overtime. I'm not sure if that was in the bubble here in Toronto, but I feel like I remember doing a double overtime game.
And what do you remember about the mental, physical, like what was like the biggest challenge of going through that?
Yeah, I think just staying present, and then yeah, it's kind of strange because goal can end it at any moment. So there's a little bit more of you know, I guess you could say angst throughout that time, but overall you just stay focused on the mission and try and go one shift at a time, and I think that's what they were trying to do last night as well.
What stands out about Oliver Ekman-Larsson as a D partner?
O's awesome. You know, his playmaking ability is pretty special. I feel like he's very easy to communicate with on the ice, and his stick, there's a lot of things that I can learn from him as well, but I really liked playing with him for a couple shifts last game, and I think that we can do some good things together.
What stands out about the Flames? I know it hasn't been the greatest start for them, but coming off a win, what do you have to be aware of against Calgary?
They're going to play with a lot of pace. It's going to be fast. They're going to try and you know, come with a fourth layer, that extra D-man coming up into the rush, joining at times with you know, Anderson, Weegar, Ball, all those guys trying to get up into the play. So we need to mitigate that rush game and try and do our best in that regard.
It's been 9 games. Where would you assess your game as at, if you evaluated it, looking
Yeah.
from the beginning to now?
Yeah, I think just a kind of a progression, you know. I think as you come into each year, there's going to be moments where you feel good, and there's going to be moments where you don't feel great, but just trying to stay even keel and contribute in the ways that I can for this team defensively, and overall I feel pretty good.
John is 1 goal away from 500. I'm wondering, it's obviously an individual milestone, but how much the group kind of feeds off it when one of the players is closing in on something special like that?
Yeah, it's obviously incredible. He's made some amazing history within this league, being the 4th guy to do the 500-point thing within a couple of different organizations. But yeah, I can't imagine having that many goals by any means. But he's a fantastic player, and it was special to see him score that overtime winner the other night. And hopefully he can come up with another big one here soon.
What's it mean to have Joseph Ball back in the fold here?
It's awesome. We love having Joe around. It was great to see his smile in the room. I'm glad that just the human being is doing well, and all we care about is that. And he's a great person, and ever since I've been here, a great friend to me. So he fits right back into the fold, no problem.
One more on Tavares for me. You know, the guys have talked about the extra suitcase he brings on the road to be prepared,
Yeah.
and stuff that you're kind of new to being around him. Like, what's something that's popped for you in terms of how he prepares?
Everything. I think, you know, there's not a moment that I've seen him take off from his preparation, which is pretty special. You know, that's a guy that you definitely want to learn from and kind of follow his example. I've been fortunate enough to be around some guys like that within my career, and it helps you to develop good habits for yourself as well, you know, being able to follow the things that he's doing. So I love the way that John carries himself, and I think he's a leader in that regard for sure.
Who are similar guys to him in your experience?
I would say, you know, Zdeno was very detail-oriented, you know, Marshy even at times. Yeah, there's just been a lot of older guys, I guess you could say, who have been in the league for a long time who have to take the extra steps and, you know, with their warm-up or what they're preparing for themselves to eat. So guys like that for sure.
Matias, what do you like about playing on a line with Tavares?
Yeah, I mean it's obviously great to play with a guy like that. I think the last few games we're starting to build some chemistry with him, and yeah, it's been good, and you know we're just still working on it and trying to get better.
I know you love to pass the puck. What would it be like to pass him the puck for a 500th career goal?
I mean that would be unreal. So hopefully it happens tonight. We'll see if we get a chance like that. I'll be looking for him.
What did you like about that mix with him and Nyes on that line?
Yeah, it's a good mix. I mean, Nice, he's a big guy, forechecks hard, plays hard game, you know, gets pucks, goes to the net, and it's all around good player. And then JT, just you know what you're getting from him, so it's super easy to play with him, adjust like what he does out there, and play your own game too.
We've learned he brings an extra suitcase, Tavares, on the road for trips to prepare for everything. He's got a pillow in there, all sorts of gadgets. You're new to the team. What do you notice about the different things he does to prepare?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get too much in detail what he does there, but you know, it's great to see like how much he takes pride on like on preparation. That's probably one of the reasons that makes him so great. You know, he really takes time and effort to be best possible version of himself out there every night.
How would you assess your comfort level now that it's been 9 games and that you're kind of here and you've been, kind of situated in Toronto for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, starting to feel better now. Obviously, it's been a few games now, so know the guys a little better now too, which helps off the ice and on the ice. So I think I'm starting to find my way here.
How do you think that's going to work on the road? Is that a better situation for you to get to know guys better once the team plays some road games too?
Yeah, I mean, always obviously at home everybody got their families and their own stuff. So on the road, usually go grab dinner a little more and whatever, just get together a little bit. So I'm excited to get on the road and spend some time with the guys.
What stands out about the Flames? Obviously, you saw them a bit more in the West. Like, what does the team have to be aware of tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. The records are not always the whole truth, so they're going to come here. They want to win, like every team, every night. So we got to be ready and play our own game, and I think it'll be a good night.
Playing in the West, what was your experience like? They're coming to start a road trip out east. What's that like? Is there a chance maybe early in this game for you guys to jump on them a bit?
Yeah, I mean, a little longer of a travel for them. So, yeah, if we're ready to go from the start, like we've been good on the first before, so it should be good.
For John Tavares to hit 500
Yeah.
goals tonight, like when a guy's got an individual milestone like that, how much does that feed the team?
A lot. Like you said, we're kind of looking extra from out there. And I remember even when Austin was going for 70, like when it was coming down to it, we were looking for him. So I'm sure his line mates would think about it. And yeah, what an accomplishment for him.
You guys talk about the extra suitcase he packs.
Yeah.
He was telling us yesterday he brings his pillow on the road.
Yeah.
What's something you've noticed that stood out about the way he prepares?
Well, that's a good observation. He definitely packs heavy. But he does every little thing, like from sleep to food, the way he prepares mentally, physically for a game, he's always spot on. So I try to take away a lot from him, and he's obviously helped me a lot.
I was going to ask you, what is maybe something that you've taken away that you kind of apply?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of players in this room have sort of noticed or observed
Yeah.
and used it.
I think from Johnny's point, for me, I struggled with injuries early on, and he kind of introduced me to kind of like treatment and how to take care of my body away from the rink, and that's what I took notice for sure, and I take pride in for sure.
The way he kind of goes about his business, too, I would imagine, is just that professional way. It's been well documented, but I would imagine you guys as players and individuals kind of see that and go, yeah, that's the way you conduct yourself, right? Good, bad, or otherwise, highs and lows.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. He's obviously the model of like who you want to be and take care of your body. And we may joke around here or there how dialed he is into that. But I mean that's why he's done so well for so long. He prepares, and I think he's just a good role model, not only for the team but for myself to look upon.
Not a lot of guys on the ice today. Just curious, like what made you want to go out today?
I just did my own thing. Wanted to go out there and feel the puck a little bit. Didn't want to take too many strides to save the legs, but I think it's good for me to get on the ice, feel my skates, feel my stick, and I always feel better when I do that.
Do you feel different when you're coming off a game where you scored?
Maybe a little more confidence, maybe a little more kind of just relief that you got the first win for the season. I guess you could take away from that.
What do you remember about playing with Dustin Wolf back in the World
It was a World Juniors, or
Well, both, I guess. Like,
I remember I played with him when I was really young in
Okay.
LA. So yeah, he's a great goalie. He's a great kid. I've known him since I was really young. I think 6 years old back in LA we played. He was one of my first teammates. So he's a really good goalie then, and he's good goalie now. So yeah, he's a great guy. He's obviously done really well so far since being in the league.
What
Kept
do you
in
remember?
touch with him at all?
Not really, but if I'll see him, I'll say hi and talk to him. So.
How did you think he could make it to the show?
I don't know. I always knew he was a good goalie. I mean, obviously, he was a 7th round pick. He had good junior stats, and obviously in the AHL did really good. So I guess at that point, he did good there. He could play in the NHL, and obviously, he had a really good year last year. And he's a great goalie to watch.
Yeah, obviously a smaller guy for a goalie.
Yeah.
What do you when you first saw him? Like, what did you think?
I don't know. I was pretty small at the time too. I don't know. We were all pretty under the net
all
there.
pretty
Yeah,
small.
yeah. I don't know. When I saw him really young. I don't know. I remember he was a good teammate, good guy. So
Nick, does it sort of seem as though this group is, I know it's not the start anybody wants, you want to
Yeah.
kind of find it sooner as a group, but are you starting to feel as though the details or maybe the way you're going about your game as a group, it's starting to find its rhythm?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect yet, but last game was a good start, and the game before that playing well. Hopefully we can clean that up soon and be more confident and get more rhythm, like you said.
When you say clean up, is that just about mistakes or is that just about systems? Where do you see the
Yeah, everything. Clean up mistakes, system-wise. Again, it's early on. I'm sure we'll fine-tune that soon.
Goal scorers have that knack for arriving at the right time, and I'm just wondering on your goal the other night, like what
Yeah.
did you see as
Yeah, I knew coming in as an F3, that's something I actually worked on, thought about coming in the zone, kind of just waiting to come in at the right time instead of just showing up there. So yeah, I kind of just was patient there, and luckily the puck found me.
Like you said last night.
11th inning. That was it. Yeah, that was enough.
You've had to rally your team after tough losses, obviously, and in big moments. What have you found to be the key in your career? Obviously, Schneider in that spot today.
Well, I mean, that's yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. Like, they play again tonight, and it's like, you know, get to bed late. It's a long haul. Use a lot of pitchers, so, you know, I mean, tonight, you know, for me, I think they just keep doing the same things they're doing. Like, I don't think they get away from what they've been doing. They've been successful, and the game's right there, right? You know, one play here or there, and it's a different ball game. They win the game.
What do you like about putting Carlo with OEL and the different defense pairs that you've got going?
Well, I go back to last year. Riley and Myers were good together. They played a stretch of games together, and just for me, you know, there's familiarity with Benoit and McCabe too, so that's kind of how that worked out.
Is William good to go? What's his?
That's a game time decision again. Yeah.
Same with Yarny, or?
Yeah, Yarny probably he probably won't be going tonight. Like, he's out in the ice now, seeing how it feels. So.
With William, is it just a feel thing? Like, he takes a skate and then he just tells you, like, I'm good? Or is it kind of like a consultation with staff just to kind of see how he handles, like, the warm-up, like that?
Yeah, I think it depends on a couple things. I really don't want to get too detailed into it, but there's a couple areas where, you know, he needs to feel right. And, like, it's hard for him to know until it's game time out and warm-up and how he feels and how he's doing certain things. That's the decision that's going to be made.
What stands out to you about Calgary?
Well, nothing's changed over the last couple of years, in my opinion, with this team. Like, they're obviously a hard-working team. You know, they compete extremely well, and they do create a lot of odd man rushes. This team, they do things quickly, and again, you know, for me, our team, we got to focus on our game. We got to focus on our rush defense tonight. But in my opinion, let's get to their blue line tonight. Like, for me, let's work that blue line. Let's get pucks deep. Let's get on the forecheck. Let's make it that type of game. Let's make it a difficult game. You know, and then their goalie's been extremely good over the last couple of years. You know, we're going to have to compete to put the puck in the net.
They have a lot of Toronto guys, obviously, when they only come in here once a year. Is that?
Well, they're fired up for sure. Like any team with Toronto guys, you know, we always got a team that's ready to play here in Toronto for sure.
Your defense, but personnel is the same. So why do you think the rush defense has been a bit of a challenge for you?
I think it was more of Reed's up ice in the offensive zone with pinching and things like that, but also you know, our F3 and just not structured enough. Like, you know, kind of diving in, getting caught, and teams are getting by us, and so you kind of get caught in between a little bit. You know, so that's where I see it happening.
What do guys like Robertson and McMahon have to do to hold down a spot alongside Matthews?
Well, use their speed, right? That's why that line's together. It's a fast line. They got a lot of speed and they're very direct. And I think, that's what they need to do. Like use their speed. You know, they want to play a territorial game in the offensive zone with Matthews. And Austin's obviously a very good 200-foot player that can do a lot of different things. But I just like the speed on the line, getting the puck up the ice and getting in the offensive zone. So they got a lot of speed. Use their speed and be direct. Like, I don't change how you are as a player because you're playing with Austin Matthews. Like, shoot the puck when you got a chance to shoot the puck. And I like the line. That's a working line, in my opinion, with skill,
Greg, Nazem Kadri's about to hit 1,000 games pretty soon here. What have you observed of him over the years in the league?
Yeah, very good player. Adds a lot of elements to a team. He's the type of guy that you kind of never know what you're going to get. Like sometimes, I remember we're playing him in the playoffs in Colorado with St. Louis, and he had a huge hit on Falk. I know he got suspended for it, but he's capable of that kind of thing, that stuff. But he also is a very good player. He could score goals, make plays. He's a gamer. He's a hockey player is the way I put it. Like he plays. He just goes out and plays. He gives very competitive guy. He's had a great career.
What do you remember about the day you were traded here to Calgary? Do you ever boast to people you were involved in a trade for Doug Gilmour?
Yeah. Well, I was upset at the time because I really liked Toronto and things were going well for me here. I know the team was different then and we weren't very good, and they had to do something. So you get Doug Gilmour, doesn't matter who you're trading back, does it? It was tough. I mean, like I said, I loved it here and loved playing here. Yeah.
How would you assess Maccelli's season so far?
Up and down, I think up and down. Missed a lot of camp. Missed camp, some of camp. That always hurts a guy a little bit. Just kind of not fully healthy, in my opinion.
Where are you most excited about with what your team's done so far? What area of the game are you comfortable with right now?
I think we have scored goals. We've scored enough goals to win more games than we've won. And I like how we're starting to get some secondary scoring here with some guys, and the new guys coming in, I think, are feeling more comfortable and starting to, just understand what we need from them and their roles. I'm excited about that. But we're still not firing on all cylinders yet, either defensively or just our identity of how we want to play. The last two games, more of our identity, we were way more direct, we were more physical on how we want to play. So we just got to keep working at it. I think, we got to keep improving for sure.